Welcome to this look at a new-ish mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Erlenberg. This is by West Modding, 291.76 megabytes to download. The map looks like this. There are two trains that run on this map. One goes across the corner of the map here, another one does a loop around, which we'll get to later on. Field prices are not overly high, not particularly low, pretty much average for most maps, I guess. We've got a couple of forested areas, we've got a few meadow areas, and prices, I mean, they're what you would expect for the size fields, really. We've got some small plots, medium plots, large plots. There's no periphery to this map, so there are some sections of this map that have sell points, industrial buildings and things on which you can't purchase, but then there are some that you can. For example, where the vehicle shop is here, you can buy the plot of land with a vehicle shop. There's a few production areas, like big facilities. They've got a lot of land and you can purchase those. We have this large, I think that goes out, it looks like it goes out to either a very, very large lake or out to the ocean, and then the river systems here, a couple of bridge crossings as well. On New Farmer, we start with a farm, the main farm area down here and this field here. So as you look there, there's the main farm. That's where we actually start as well. And we will work our way around the map. There are no required mods to download. There are no custom crop types added in, no additional crop types. Contracts are available. If we come out of here, it does say there are 11 collectibles. Don't think I found one yet. But this is the start farm. Now, we'll talk about build mode, slot count, everything, because we're at the main farm, so we'll get on with that straight away. So the slot count on New Farm is 1,319. On Farm Measure and Start from Scratch, it's 1,204. The difference being, you don't start with any of the buildings. You do still start with all the machinery and the equipment, but none of the buildings, none of the animal pens, the silo, that kind of stuff, none of that is here. And it will look like this. Now, you can get that slot count down further if you get rid of all the vehicles and machinery as well, if you wanted different start machinery. I then got it down to 1,112. You can get it down further than that because there are a couple of other farms around the map which do have buildings, some of which you can be removed, but not all of them. And I got it down to about 1,044. You can probably get it lower, but that's as low as I managed to get it. So, the farm itself, what do we start with? Well, inside the building here, we should talk about build mode as well, actually, while we're here. Under build mode, added in by the map maker. So, actually, before we do that, if we go down to mods and DLCs, under Erlenberg, we've got 2 buckets have been added in. Under build mode, then, we have got added in under sheds. We've got some sheds added in. These here. Under silos, we've got that end silo, bunker silo added in. We've got under containers, out on the very end there, we've got a small petrol tank that's been added in. Under farmhouse, Yep, we've got the farmhouse just there, which we're standing in front of. And then, what else was it? Oh, cows was the only other thing, which is curious, because I'm now wondering if I've missed something. Yeah, cow barn large, which pays you per month as well because it's got solar panels on the roof. Let's get around and have a look. Anyway, that has baffled me. Anyway, right, coming in here to the farmhouse, we go upstairs. Around the corner, we've got a sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger here in the upstairs bedroom. This is our farmhouse. If we come down and across the way here, you can't get into this section of the barn, but we can open this door here. We can see some of the equipment and machinery that we start with. And around the corner, we do have a workshop trigger, just tucked away there. First of our tractors, loader, open door and come out the other side. I don't think any of these doors open. I think it's just that main section. John Deere there with trailer, harvester, header and header trailer. Nice little pond, water area around the back. Actually, where were the buckets? Those 2 buckets that are added in, I'm sure they were over here somewhere. But I can't remember where exactly they were. Around the back here, we've got a vegetable patch. So this is vegetable patch farm. Now, these aren't in the... if we go to build mode, go to production and go to greenhouses, these aren't in build mode. So if you come onto your farm manager and start from scratch, you don't have the vegetable patch. You can't put it back in. But we do have a vegetable patch here. Tomatoes, lettuce and strawberries, which is a curious one. I'm sure those buckets are over here. Oh, there we go, look. Just there, hidden in the corner. So, back across the yard. Sorry about that. Oh, this was it here. No, this was horses. I'm sure this was horses. Yeah, so I don't think we can get into this building either. Yeah, this was, yeah, we come across here. That cow thing is going to bother me now. Yeah, 16 horses. Farmer 400 silo. Just here, standard crop types, 400,000 litre. I have to keep my eyes peeled. And then back across here, and we've got a chicken pen. 30 chickens in this one just here. And that is the main yard. So, what we're going to do, this is another one that's got some really nice, the layout of the map is very interesting, very different to a lot of other maps. There's a lot of different elevation change. There are roadways and trains that go up and down and under each other, and it's a very different to a lot of maps I've come across. We head this way. Sorry if I seem like I don't know what I'm doing. That cow thing, I wrote it down on my notes under build mode, cows, and then suddenly thought I didn't come across a cow pen when I was going around the rest of the map. There'll be a little bit of out and back, but not too horrendous. Like bits like this sweeps around here, and you can go out onto the main road, which takes you over the top. But if we go this way, the railway comes out under here. So this is the first railway, train number 1. We're going to call this one because this is the first one we're coming to. We come over here, and this train just comes into the map here and goes out a little bit further along. I just love the way this is designed. And it goes to Obermarktdorf. And again, it's got a lovely little feature here. It's a tiny thing, but it made me smile. Where the railway comes along and goes this way. This is closed off, and this is disused now. So this section is all overgrown, swings around, there's a tunnel there. It's a little feature, but it really adds to the immersion of it all. So as we come down to here, we come to the sawmill, which is just here. A lot of this is custom as well, the way it's been put in. Rent train point, just up on there. So if you want your train, we'll go back to the map. Right down here. So like I say, we come along from there. The train comes in there and out there. So if you're down the bottom side of the map, this section, I mean, you can drive as far as you want, really, to get to the trains. But you'll get a good price out there at Obermarktdorf. Bring it down to here, send it off. Like I say, sawmill. But the sawmill as well, you've got your kind of your standard sawmill. You buy your sawmill and it, planks and all the rest of it. But it's all this extra stuff here with a conveyor that runs out. Sell point here, or where you put your wood on. But that conveyor runs out to the wood chip pile. Yeah, all nice little additions. Ramp up for loading the train if you want to load the train from here. Back in the pickup and let's go. This does also have, I'm going to drive out to it, there is a waterfall, like on Elm Creek, tucked away. Oh, I tell a lie, I did find one collectible. We turn here. Oh, we'll out and have a look, why not? It's really picturesque, it's really nice done. There's not a sell point or anything out here, it's just one of those places to go and look. And if you are hunting down collectibles, just saying it might be somewhere you might want to have a look. Just maybe. But again, I haven't come across any bits on here that appear at all clunky anywhere. It's really nicely blended into everything. There are a couple of little bits. It's really, really nice here because you've got the waterfalls flowing, but the bottom of the waterfalls, I think that was the only thing that stood out a little bit because the texture went a little bit solid. But all this here, the water flowing around the side here, it's absolutely fantastic. But anyway, yes. So you might want to explore the caves, let's just say that. From here, we're going to run, I'm going to just nip through the woodland. So we're going to go back out to the track. I think we're going to go that way. Yep. Trying to remember the route. This is another one of those maps that feels very big. I know they're all fairly standard size. Some of them are smaller than the map edges that we're allocated, but this does feel big. Oh, I need to put some money in. Just remembered. Just going to nip across. I could use the road, but... So we're going to go across there. There is a bridge crossing just there. We're going to go a bit further out, just to try and take in everything on the route round that we take. So we come up to the biogas plant just here. This is a standard biogas plant, once purchased, 250 kilowatt. Regular things in, digestate out. Now, if I recall correctly, let me just check on the map. So we came from there, up that track, and out here. It's not showing on there, but that's where the waterfall area is. We then went along there, across here, and we are now here. So this bit of land you cannot purchase on its own. This bit of land, when you purchase the biogas plant, you get the land. So it's one of those maps that does that. I think it's over 1 million. I'm pretty sure it was over 1 million for the biogas plant. Yeah, 1,177,000. But like I say, it's a standard biogas plant, 250 kilowatt. Silage clamps out to the side there. Because you own the land, there is a bit of space here. We've got some sheds as well along there to put whatever you want into. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to put some money in because we are going to need it in a minute. So I will stop at the junction just here. I will see you momentarily and we will continue on our merry way. Ignore everything I said about the cows. They are on the map. I'll show you later, don't worry. They are there. So we've got some money in, let's continue on. I'm going to cut across the grass a little bit here and there. Yes, we're going to go down there. This road snakes backwards and forwards. So just down here. So down the bottom here, we have a water withdrawal point. We also have a debris crusher, but the debris crusher is not a normal sell point one. This is a production that you can purchase and you can produce lime from it. So a water point just here down by the river, so you can withdraw water just here, and then debris crusher just over here. There we go. So stones and diesel in, lime out on that particular production. Very cool. I think we do also have... Oh, maybe not. I thought it was a pile of stones in. I was going to say, well, that's pretty handy having that right next door. Oh, maybe there are some here. That's curious, isn't it? Back to the pickup. We shall continue. So, back up, and I'm going to cut across the grass a bit here. Now, there was something on here, actually. What was it I was looking for? Now that I've found the cows. Weirdly, the place where they are, I wrote all the other notes down for that area and didn't write down the cows. Don't know why. So we come down to here, there'll be a turning just here. This is the animal dealer and animal dealer sell point. So we go around to the front of the building. So our animal dealer point is just here at the front, and just to the side there we've got a barn. Very Felsbrunn feel that, the barn to the side. So that's our animal dealer sell point just tucked away in there. Then across the road we've got the inn. Now the inn doesn't have, there's no icon showing if you've got them switched on, and there's no grate on the floor or anything like that, so it's not obvious where the sell point is. But this is the inn just here, and the sell point, according to the, if you have a look on the map, is just here. Like I said, I went around the building, there's no obvious, there's no blue disc if you've got those turned on, there's no grate on the floor or anything like that. But if you're unsure, if you're ever unsure, if you're never sure, if you go to here, scroll down until you find one that says in, there you go, go across to there to where it says in, and then tag place, and that should tag the place. Now sometimes it will just tag the place, as in if you wanted to jump there, that's where it will be, but usually that denotes where the sell point itself is, so it should be about here. That's the inn. Now we're going to cross the river. Just over to the right hand side as we cross the river you can see a field with what looks like a fenced in pen. It is that, it's a plot of land you can purchase, and there is a sheep pasture just to our right hand side there. It's a big old river. So just here to our right, if we pull in here, got a couple of barns, buildings here, back to our map. So we went from there, from the biogas plant, out along there, wound down to the bottom there to the water point and debris crusher, back up across along there, animal dealer sell point, in just there, cross over the way, and we are here at plot 47. So we buy that, do that and that, and our triggers appear. Gate opens, large pasture. This can be sold, the pasture can be sold if you want to. If you don't want to use it, it's up to you. 250 sheep in here if you wish. You don't have to buy it if you don't want to, of course. And now we are going to continue. So as I said, there is a bit of woodland, there's some forestry to be done, as you can see ahead of us. We're going to turn left and follow along the side here. So what we're coming up on now is the second train that comes in. So train number 2 goes to Felsbrunn. So it comes in here and sweeps around. And what's cool about this, like I said, about the elevation change and the bridges and that kind of stuff, the crossing points are really cool. It goes out towards the side of the sort of inlet, I guess it is, and then sweeps down and around. It's very, very well done. We're going to have to come back along this track in a little while anyway, just because of the route I've decided to take. But if you turn down here, you'll see the train goes over and then comes down, sort of slope down the side there, and runs down to meet the road a bit further along. It's very cool. There's loads of boats, various different sizes, that run along the rivers. Adds that bit of extra feel to it. So back up to main roads. And we shall continue, because we are going to have to come back around and go over the next bridge. So I said there are 2 bridges. There's a third bridge here which goes across this one, but we are heading up to that farm there. This is a curious one. We've got a couple of points on the map that are showing icons that I couldn't get to show anything, if that makes any sense. Probably doesn't make any sense at all, does it? Mind that. Should be a warning sign for that, especially for a buffoon like me. So, turning just here, we are now here. Now this icon here, if I click on it to select, nothing comes up for the icon. Now I'm assuming that's the manure heap around the side. I think it's not showing anything else. But anyway, this plot here, if we buy that, do that, that and that, we get these extra icons come up. So we do have a Farmer 500 silo here, and we do have pigs here. So there's our slurry tank there. I think it's that icon It's for the manure heap. But normally when you click on them, it says manure heap. Yeah, there is a manure heap there. So this is the pig farm. Just here, 270. Silo just over the back there, 500,000 litres, standard crop type. So this is like, so there are 3 farms, and obviously if you add on, there's the sheep pasture. So 3 farms and a pasture. So from here, we've got some shed space as well. There's no sleep trigger at this one. Back out to the road. I can't remember which way we're going to go. I think it's this way. It's an interesting road layout. Yes, it was this way. Out to the grape processing unit. It has that Felsbury sort of alpine vibe to it already. You can see the train runs right the way around here and goes off out that way. So here we've got the grape processing unit. Slightly different to the standard fare, but to be purchased if you want to. And just out to the side of here we do have grapevines and stuff. So if we look back to our map, we come from that farm out the way here, and you can see here. So if you want to do some grape work you can, and then out to Felsbury by train. So, heading back now to the harbour. Now, the harbour is a curiosity, because as far as I can tell, the harbour is a sell point, but it also looks like a railroad transfer silo. This is the second map that's done this. The last map tour I did was a little bit like this as well. Because it's showing in the sell point under prices as harbour being a sell point. So the question is which? I'm going to turn just in here. Oh, the train's just coming. Jolly good timing. We are going to just cut across the corner here. Otherwise it means going miles out by road. So just to here, we open the gates. Train comes in automatically. I'm trying to think, what map was it? Is it Flatland? No, was it Flatland? I'm trying to think what it was. There was a map that was like this. It had brick walls and the train came in through it. That will bug me. But anyway, so we come here to the silo. Now this is showing in and out. So the information is you're putting into the silo, taking out of the silo, into the silo, taking out. So this, as far as I can tell, this bit here is your transfer silo. So you can put into it, put it onto the train, take it from the train, put it into a vehicle. That's this point just here. So we can rent train. I'll show the rent train point in just a moment. Inside the building is where we've got the sell point. This is as far as I can extrapolate from what's going on. But I do like the way the train runs round the yard. Crane by the side of the water as well. It's very cool. But this building here, if we open this up, as far as I can make out, like I say, it's very peculiar. We've got sell point here. So that's the harbour sell point. This point here, let's go back to our map. So we come back along here. We're here. So you've got this here, says harbour. They say harbour. So as far as I can tell, that's the transfer train, the train silo. We've got a water point just there. That says harbour, which is the sell point just here. This, I think, is a buy point. It's not showing it on the map, but you can see from the icon, you can see from the silo point there. Now, there are a couple of points where it says animals for purchasing things. I'll show you what I mean. Like I said, it's a bit of an odd one. So it comes to your prices menu. When you scroll up and down, you've got in the buying place, under list, that's the sell points, that's the prices you get. Under selling, that's where you can buy things. So if I scroll down till we get to one that pops up, there we go, there. Seeds, it says animals and lime station as selling points, somewhere you can go to buy. If we continue down, we get another one there. Total mixed ration, animals. If I come to the map, go back up to the map, I went round this map all over. I could not find a single blue icon on the map that said animals. Not down at the animal dealer, unless there was a silo, but there's not one showing here. But weirdly, we got this here. Now, it doesn't say animals, but This could be the lime station. But it certainly is a point for purchase. Just going to look at the back of here in case there's another one out here. With all these silos, but again, there's no blue discs, icons. I wonder if I need to buy the land for those to come up. Let's try that, because we can purchase this plot of land, so let's do that. Buy. No. Still not showing anything. Curious though. Anyway, the rent train point. So that's your harbour sale point. The rent train point is another interesting one. We come round to here. You've got these shipping containers, the little ladder to the side there if you want to use the ladder, but we do have some steps here. Let's put our lights on. It's probably lights for the shed, but come up here into this shipping container. There's the rent train point in here. Tucked away. I guess this is the control container for the harbour. Nicely decked out. So, that's the rent train point for here at the harbour. Then next door to that, we've got the refinery. These tanks just over here. So, we'll open the gate. And in here we've got production for producing diesel by the production plants. And we can do it from canola or sunflower there and produce diesel if you want to make your own here at the refinery. Lovely. Now, this is where I said about we've got a bit of a weird route to go now. Because the road runs all the way along the side there, goes under this bridge, so under this road, all the way back on there where we were a little while ago, back on that bridge, back around where we drove, all the way around, then back over the bridge. So what I might do is cut back across the grass here and go that way because it'll make life a little bit easier. But that way, I did want to show you that bit where the train is. So I wanted to show you the features of the map. So yeah, the railway follows along, but you got all these, these little dips and bits here and there. It's just well put together. Won't take too long. Look, follows along, and then the train sweeps up while we stay level. Then we come round under it. So there's all this up and down and crossing over. It's cool. So I'm going to head round, and I will see you as we're crossing over the bridge momentarily, because this is where we were a little while ago. You've seen this bit already. So this time we're turning here and go across the bridge. And then we're heading off to our right there. We've got a couple of large facilities. First of which is the sugar mill. It's a little bit different. I don't think the sugar mill does sugarcane, if I recall correctly. I did put in my notes, make sure you buy. But I made my notes yesterday before recording this. Do like this. Very cool. So along to the sugar mill. Like I said, large facility. And these were the ones we couldn't purchase. We could purchase the harbour, but couldn't purchase these. That was the difference. Now the gates here, I think we need to open manually, if I recall. Yep. So we'll drive in and we will purchase. So, sugar mill, sugar beet cut and water was required, yes. So it's not sugar beet cut and sugar cane, just sugar and sugar beet cut and they do require water, but then you do get slurry out as well, so sugar being produced and slurry as a byproduct. And then we've got the tanks round here where we can collect our sugar, and there's like the slurry tank around the back. But again, bespoke, nicely made, different, you know, not a plonked down, yeah, not a plonked down, here's a sugar mill, you know, very different. So we want the exit, which was around this way. Now we're going to head to the dairy. I think the dairy was standard. I don't think there was anything different about the dairy, if I recall. Did I write down my notes I need to buy it? I didn't. So as far as I can remember, the dairy is normal. Whatever constitutes normal. It is, I have said this a few times on map tours, there is a frustration to a degree, but I understand the logic if there's a lot of buildings and there's a worry about, you know, lag and that kind of thing. But when you've got large facilities like these, where you've got a lot of ground that you feel you could put sell points or other bits of production, or you wanted to landscape them a little bit more yourself, the fact you can't buy these plots, there you go. I take that back. It's the same as biogas plant. See, we're always learning, people. We're always learning. I'm going to check this one because I didn't buy this when I did my wander round. Yeah, standard. Now, I bet that land has been bought now, and if it has, that's brilliant. Yes, so we can. Awesome stuff. So I take that back as well. You can. So it does give you the option. If you want to add more I mean, there's so many bits and buildings and doorways and gateways and for putting in sell points and productions and whatever it is you want to do to really add to the immersion of it. So you absolutely can. Where was the exit? The exit was further around this way, wasn't it? I'm going to go back out the way we came. Yeah, around here. Do I have to do the barrier myself? I do. So I'm going to take this turning here and whiz around the back. There's a lighthouse out to the side here, and again it's just another nice feature on the map. Build out to the side, place to visit if you want. We're going to sweep around the back. We're heading out to the northwest. More forestry out here, as you can see. There's going to be a little bit of cutting across here and there. So we're going to go around there, around here. We come up the hill to the grain mill, which is just here. Another one, because that's owned by somebody else at the moment, that is running. As soon as I buy it, that will stop running until you put some production stuff in. Again, I think this was standard for a grain mill. Wheat, barley, oat and sorghum. Yep, with just flour coming out, nothing over and above, nothing different from that one. That's your grain mill just here. Now I'm going to cut across the grass here. You can sweep all the way around. There's a road that runs, like I said, up and down. There's bridges, there's bits that go under. I could sweep all the way around and follow it around, but what I'm going to do, I know it's naughty, but we'll cut across the grass here. Probably shouldn't do it. Which brings us to the back of here. Now this isn't technically another farm. This is another vegetable patch. And the farm, I think it just says vegetable patch. I've come at that at a terrible angle. That's probably why I should have come along the road. It's my own fault. So returning here, we've got this lovely farm area. production point here to purchase. I'm going to check the land here as well, because I'm curious. So we came from there, out towards the lighthouse, swept around the back there, out along here, grain mill, along here. Now, like I say, the road runs, sweeps all the way around and goes under. We just came along, cut across the grass there, probably shouldn't have done. So we are here. Now that says vegetable patch. Come over here, buy production, vegetable patch. Let's check on the map. There you go. So we own the land now, which gives us the ability to, again, add stuff in. And I'm pretty sure, do we have a workshop in here as well? I think we do. Turn the corner. There you go. Workshop in the barn. There's no sleep trigger at this one, but you could have one in. Plenty in the mod hub. Water in, and I think this takes manure as well for the vegetable patch. Obviously our managed production is just there anyway. But standard tomatoes, lettuce and strawberries, but it does require water and manure just here. Now from here, we're going to go actually down to this track. It's just like I say, because of the way things are laid out, there's a lot of out and back. I can't get across there to that one without, I suppose I could go along there and up. Try and think of my route round. Means doing things slightly backwards. Actually, you know what? I might do that. So this is where, oh, I'm going completely off-piste here. This is this is not the route I had planned. So my notes are now going to be out of order, but we'll see how we go. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh dear. What am I thinking? It actually does make more sense going this way. So up here on the hillside we've got the spinnery. Now this spinnery only does wool, doesn't do cotton. So we purchase this one here, spinnery. Click on that, fabric wool, that's it. No option for cotton. Actually, it doesn't say that cotton's been removed, but what I will do, let's jump to here, go to our map. Oh, cotton's still showing as a crop there, isn't it? I'll say sometimes cotton is disabled on maps, they take it off because it wouldn't technically be grown in the region, but you can still grow cotton, just this spinnery here will only do wool, so something to be aware of. You might want to place your own spinnery, there are plenty of modded ones available. So coming down the hill now, do this backwards, there's a sell point construction site, which is a little bit further down the road. Sweep down to here, we will cross over and just whiz down to that. Construction site is down here. So there's your construction site sell point. Use that to back in and back out. Now these plots of land, unfortunately, you can't. I said how many times I've said that on this map, so you can't purchase land. Oh, hang on, look, I own it. Directly opposite, we've got the bakery, just there. If we come a bit further along, we have got now. This, like I say, is a curiosity, like it was at the harbour. So this is just mill. This is the sell point mill. But we've got another point here. Look, with a pipe, and that's a point for taking something. That's for putting in. That's for taking out. But down the hill, we have got to our left gas station. That's right, yep, gas station. And then in here we've got our workshop and vehicle shop. This is the reset point on the map as well. So vehicle shop is just there. The workshop is inside. We can open all these up. These are drive-through. With the workshop trigger being just in here. Side one there. I would have said that's for... Oh, there we go. Jet wash. I'll say it looks like an area for jet washing. There you go. Jet wash just there. So that's your vehicle shop, workshop trigger, and this is the reset point on the map as well. Which brings me to the third farm, where I didn't make my notes correctly, and I can only apologise. So we are now, we've come along here, gas station, vehicle shop and workshop, we are here. Plot 18, if we buy plot 18, do that, that and that, our extra triggers pop up. Farmer 400 silo, there's a fuel point, we've got chickens and cows here. That's the cow barn. How did I not make a note of that? We have got a manure heap. Cows just here. 100. Feed point, slurry point. I think milk will be the other end. And then chickens. I wrote down the chickens. Chickens is 360. I was imagining, yeah, our milk point's at this end. Barn and building space. Again, there's no sleep trigger here, but you can place one. There is a farmhouse just there. Now, as I said right at the start about lowering the slot count, there were certain, the three farms we've been to, this was one where you couldn't remove all the buildings. The farmhouse wouldn't go, a couple of the sheds wouldn't go, the animal pens did, and what I also found at the different farms, the silos went as well, but a lot of the decoration that was around the farms I couldn't remove. Light poles and stuff like that. So it's just something to be aware of if you are going to start removing buildings. But anyway, chickens just here. Now that does say on the map that's a fuel point just there, but it's not a refillable. So I'm going to, let's drive over. We must have used a bit of fuel. This will be one, I assume, that will charge us. Should say refill. Bizarre. There's no triggers showing this. How many times have I said that on this map tour? How bizarre. There's my pickup. Chicken coop. Hotspots. Let's take off animals. It's not letting me highlight that. It's not saying that same silo. That's not saying, it's showing as a fuel point, but I'm clicking on it, it's not coming up saying fuel point. There's no icons there. And it didn't come up saying refuel next to it. Maybe it's not then. But anyway, that's the map. If we leave here now and come down this road, that brings us across the first bridge. When we came across here and I said there's one of the crossing points, but we went across towards the biogas plant, that's just there. Like I say, apologies if I've missed anything. I think we've seen everything, even if we haven't covered it all. There are a couple of curiosities, let's just say that, around the map. A couple of little bits I'm not 100% sure on. It's showing icons where things aren't working. There are a couple of places where there are things, but there's not showing an icon on the map. But anyway, that is the map. That is Erlenberg by West Modding. I hope you found this useful, maybe, in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. As always, thanks for watching.